Okay, so today the project was to put a new hot water tank in. My last hot water tank was made in December 1974, and it used to sit right here, and you can see where at some point they had painted the wall here and they couldn't paint behind the hot water tank, so that's where it was. So a friend helped me out and we installed this brand new A.O. Smith. This is a I'm trying to think what they call it, not a forced air but power vent. I'm sorry, power vent. I'm not going to have my chimney anymore. I'm going to take it down, so I had to put one of these in, and we spent the better part of the afternoon doing it. And after getting it all in, turned it on, and it doesn't work. So I called A.O. Smith. It's a Saturday. They were actually there. Didn't know for sure what the problem was, but they said, oh, we'll be more than glad to ship out the part you'll need Monday morning, and you should have it next day air, so you should have it on Tuesday. Well, not having any hot water for 3, possibly 4 days is not exactly acceptable. So I called Lowe's. They pretty much said, you're on your own. We're not going to exchange the whole thing unless A.O. Smith approves it, and that probably wasn't going to happen. So anyway, when you turn the thing on, what I'm going to do here, turn it on. There's a little light down here that starts to blink, and basically you hear a relay kick on, and this motor up here, I can feel the motor vibrating, but it won't start. And after a while the unit will trip out and start throwing a trouble code like it just did here. So that flashing is a trouble code that it throws, and basically it doesn't see the right pressure up here, and you can feel the motor actually starts getting warm. So my assumption is it's not working right. So wasn't really sure what to do. Just didn't want to be without hot water. So I started thinking, you know, there's a start capacitor here. Don't know if that's working right or not, but I can turn the actual motor. I can feel it here, but it won't actually turn on its own. So I know a little bit about motors, and I started thinking, boy, I wonder if I could get that to try to start spinning. Would it have enough to do it? So this is where the hillbilly in me comes out. Thinking of how I get a motor on the end of here, but that isn't going to actually be easy. But I noticed that inside here is a fan that cools the motor itself, and there's another fan there. So I'm going to recycle this here so it'll start again. Turn this on. It's going to again turn that on. When I feel this starting to vibrate, I'm going to help it along, but guess what I help it along with? A nice little air hose. Guess what? It now runs. So obviously I'm not going to do that for very long, but when you're looking at 4 days without hot water and you just want the thing to run, it's an acceptable alternative. But I don't know how many people actually start their hot water heater with an air hose, but if that's what it takes, you probably can't see in the video here that it's running, but I can feel here that this is starting to get warm, the vent here. But anyway, in a pinch, sometimes you got to get creative.